Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Delta Entertainment. I am your host, Lincoln Kenobi. And before we get started, guys, please hit that like button and please subscribe to my channel. Would appreciate that very, very much. All right, let's get into this. So we've talked about Superman. We've talked about how close we're getting ready to watch it. We've been seeing all the articles about what the movie's plot is. We've been seeing the budgets, and right now, this has gone real deep with these budgets, man. I mean, you say James Gunn says that the $363 million budget is not true, and yet it has been resurfacing, and I don't know what to believe. Can't believe James Gunn always, man. You cannot believe it, man. So right now we got this. Hollywood Reporter pushes back on James Gunn budget. Claims for Superman. Suggests costs could top $400 million. Now, he's claiming that the budget is not $363 million because of that Ohio shoots they had to make in there. He thinks it's going to cost about $222 million. But you got to think, man, with everything they're doing and all that, it's going to cost money, especially when you're doing the marketing, especially with the toy line, the commercials, everything, bro. It combines together. Now, in Geeks and Gamers Daily, Ryan Kano showed a piece that there's proof that they were doing the shoots and that Ohio was doing the ad up, and it did cost them $363 million budget for this movie. Now, right now, you got this Hollywood Reporter that's showing that it could top up to $400 million. So let's read this article and see what we got. Let me see if I can. For months, James Gunn has publicly pushed back on just about any report that he claims misrepresent his upcoming Superman reboot. But now one of the industry's biggest trades is calling his bluff on Superman budget claims. A new investigation from Hollywood Reporter appears to directly refute Gunn's prior comments about the film's production costs, suggesting the budget for Superman may be higher than the studio wants to admit it. In fact, according to Hollywood Reporter, the film's gross budget could be as high as $363.8 million, with marketing expected to push the total cost into the $400 million range. You see? I mean, James Gunn is trying to really do his best here. It's not going to happen, dude. That's a sharp contrast to Gunn's own messaging, and it makes a rare moment when a major Hollywood outlet is publicly challenging the DC Studios co-chair's version of events. What Gunn said about the Superman budget. Last year, documents filed by the Superman production team with the Ohio state government listed a gross budget of $363.8 million, a figure submitted in order to secure tax incentives. And it's right there. There's proof. When the number was reported in the press, James Gunn's fired back online in his usual way. How in the world do they think they would know? They know what our budget is. He offered no alternative figure at the time, instead framing the report as misinformed. Since then, DC has alluded to a $225 million net budget, factoring in tax breaks and incentives. What the Hollywood Reporter says about the Superman budget. Now the Hollywood Reporter is standing by the original number, backed by the state's records and industry sources. The outlet reports that $363.8 million gross figure was submitted by the production itself in official filings. A longtime film financier cited in the article also told the Hollywood Reporter figure isn't correct. Even if DC's net number is accurate, it's clear that the total production spend remains far higher, and now the focus is shifting to the film's massive marketing campaign. Total cost could soar past $400 million. According to the report, Warner Brothers may be preparing to spend as much as $200 million on global marketing for Superman. For the comparison, most major summer blockbusters typically land around $150 around in promoting spending. In both figures hold $363.8 million in production and $200 million in marketing. Superman will join the $400 million club, putting enormous pressure on the film to perform at the global office. One veteran financier told the Hollywood Reporter, There's no way to defend these budgets. A veteran financier told that Hollywood Reporter, because when you get into the 700 million to the 900 million break even point in regards to the box office and ancillary revenue, it doesn't make any sense. Gunn's pattern of shutting down reports. This isn't the first time Gunn has taken to social media to dismiss reporting around Superman. He previously denied test screening rumors, runtime speculation, and claims that the tone of the film had shifted in post-production. In several cases, he's ridiculed sources of implied that reporters are simply making things up. But this time, the pushback isn't coming from a YouTuber or anonymous rumor account. It's coming from Hollywood Reporter, one of the most established trades in the business. Gunn may still argue that the net budget is all that matters, but the real issue now is credibility. If the gross costs are indeed as high as $363 million, as official documents indicate, then denying those numbers publicly calls into question just how transparent DC Studios is willing to be with fans, shareholders, and the press. Can Superman justify the spend? With Superman set to open on July 11th, early tracking would suggest a strong domestic debut between 154 to 175 and potentially major global appeal. The first trailer racked up to 250 million viewers, the most in DC and Warner Bros. History. But Hollywood Reporter points out $1 billion box office haul may be necessary just to break even when factoring in the total production and marketing costs. That kind of pressure is no joke, and neither are the growing questions about how much Gunn's DC reboot is really costing behind the scenes. I tell you, man, James Gunn needs to stop lying, dude. The numbers are there, bro. The numbers are there. And if this is true, which I believe it is, they are going to need at least $1 billion to break even. At least. But I got a feeling that this movie may not turn out to be good, man, because this movie is not just about Superman. They're putting all the Justice League members in there, Bo. They should have just titled it The Dawn of the Justice League. Well, actually, if they're called the Justice Gang, which doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. But it's like I said, dude. I mean, I don't think this movie's going to make cut, man. I don't think this movie's going to make it work, man. But we shall see. We shall see as I review this movie. So, you guys let me know in the comments, what do you guys think of this, Bo? So please, by all means, share this video, post a comment below, let me know your thoughts. And as always, thank you for watching this movie, thank you for this video, thank you for being part of the channel. And I hope to see you guys until next time. Bye, everyone.